Just being somebody that the neighborhood respected.
Welcome back to my channel. It's really the first day I'm getting at y'all. Other day, it's kind of like an intro. Really didn't say too much. Today I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth. My name is Joseph Morrison. teammorrison.org. So this is where we at today. We're gonna talk to the parents directly. Parents are responsible for the children. Children, you don't have lives if not for the parents, grandparents, so it starts from them. And the thing about it is brain disease, right? I alluded to that earlier, last little shoot. Kids feel like they'd be here if it wasn't for the parents. They feel like, what's that, immaculate inception or something, or you're just here, but that's not how the kids were created. Kids were created from, an act, a decision, a choice. And they're here because of us, if you will. So parents, I'm going to get at you all because it's going to start with you all as far as the fix. Kids can't really decide things the way we can decide things, right? We pay the bills. Real life decisions and choices come upon us, and then they look towards us to mimic us and to really shape and form their values and their morals because of what we're doing. So as a parent, if I'm doing one thing and I'm saying one thing, it's hard for me to want Junior to do or say something different. Oh, don't do as I do as I say. Junior wants to do as I do. Maybe even more than do what I say. So as parents, it's good for us to be forthcoming and open as to our blunders and when we stumble, because the kids stumble and they blunder. That's just what they are about. So they like to see that we're like them, that we are errored and flawed, and that we, stumble like the best of them. So as parents, like I said, I think it's important that we start to have a conversation with the kids as to all of our indiscrepancies, if you will. Is that the word? Just the things that we didn't do so right, the things that didn't turn out so right. And don't sugarcoat it or filter it, because the kids can see right through that. The kids want it raw, uncut. They want it straight off the block. They don't want it tampered down, watered down. The kids need it raw. They need it that way. I mean, they won't even accept it if it comes any other way. It'll be bland to them. So you give it to them. If you tasted something when you were younger, ingested something when you were younger, if you dipped into something when you were younger, if you got burnt when you were younger, if you got caught when you were younger, you give it to them. You tell them everything about it from start to finish and watch their reaction. They'll look at you a little bit different than, when you're just telling them what to do. When you tell them vivid encounters, actual depictions, like real stuff. This is what happened. This is what I did. They feel that. That's what they want. That's what they need. That's what they require. That's what we must give them. Could be a grandparent, could be mom, dad, could be uncle, aunt. Let's give them ourselves from when we were young. Maybe even what's happening now, If you dibble and dabble now, if you still do some things that aren't so bright, how about we give that to the kids? Sometimes it's better to give them those things that aren't turning out so right than tell them about all the good things that that they can see clearly. They can see good things. They know what's right. They grow up with us telling them, do this, do that. They know what's right. How about us telling them some of the negative things that we may do on from time to time? Things that don't necessarily turn out so great. You know, I got fired from work for doing this. I stumbled, you know, I did this and it didn't really turn out well. And I knew I shouldn't have did it, but I just wanted to do it, and this is what happened. You know, it didn't really turn, or I got away with it. I did this and I got away with it, but I shouldn't have done it. Just give it to them, whatever it happens. However it happened, just give it to them. And then you let them decide. You don't tell them what to think by what you're giving them. You let them figure it out. That's the beauty of it all, because they're not you. They may mimic you. You may get them to be like a little cookie cut version of you, but they're not you. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to be you. They're always going to be a little different. So we just entitled this little thing as Parents, It Begins With You. And probably end that for now.
Just being somebody that the neighborhood respected, that my mama could be proud of, was the apple of my eye.